Hey, how are you doing today? It is a lovely, well, it's actually pretty gloomy, but it's a Saturday morning. My kids are still sleeping. Well, at least one of them, the little one is. And I usually like to take this time to meditate. So I did that this morning. I had a wonderful shower and I was like, you know what? Let me just forego the glam. Let me just not do too much and let's sit down and let's just chat, because we have built an amazing audience here on YouTube, and I am genuinely grateful for the support and for you allowing me into your life to help with your healing, to help guide you down your path of greatness. And so periodically, I feel like we should check in. We should check in with one another. How are you doing today? Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're doing. The year is coming to an end. We are in a time of reflection, and I know the holidays are coming up, and for some of us that celebrate the various holidays, it's a time of gathering with family. It's a time of rest and indulgence and giving and getting and so many wonderful things. But also for some of us, this may be a period of grieving. For some of us that have lost loved ones. I know for me, you guys know I lost my grandpa last year due to COVID, and the holidays just have not been the same without him. But I have children and I want them to grow up loving the holiday season just as much as I did. I feel like they should have a wonderful experience. So I have to take my sadness for what once was and turn that into, I guess, gratitude for my experiences. And because of my experiences, I am able to do more for my kids. I'm able to incorporate more things into the holiday season because of what I experienced growing up and the fun that I had during the holidays with my family, opening gifts, Christmas morning, cookies and songs, and just all of those wonderful things. I'm grateful that I got a chance to experience with my family over the years, because it has set the foundation for, how my children will grow up. So I'm going to have a cup of tea because I do every single morning. And today I'm going to share my beautiful tea set with you because I'm obsessed with it. And so is my daughter. And I'm actually having some turmeric and ginger tea from Trader Joe's because this is the holiday season. And it's also cold and flu season, and we want to keep our immune systems healthy. Speaking of that, I did film a health affirmations video, health and immunity affirmations video, and so that will be up a little bit. I'm going to work on that today. So that should be up, if not before the weekend is over, sometime early in the coming week, because we all need it. And we need to remind our bodies and our cells inside of our bodies that we are healthy and we are able to fight off anything that enters our body, any pathogens, viruses, bacteria, anything like that. We have the strength to fight those off. I know that we are in a really weird time as it pertains to health. And so I just want to help kind of keep the collective energy of health going. So let me take a sip of my tea and we can start chit-chatting about reflection. I love hot tea. It feels so good going down. So I put a little bit of agave in my tea, and I really like that better than honey, better than sugar. So if you have not tried agave, I would definitely recommend that to you. But yeah, so leaving 2021 and entering 2020, where we are now, we are in a period of reflection. And so I want to encourage you to take the rest of this year, not to hustle, not to, beat yourself down about what you didn't accomplish, but just to simply stop and reflect on what it was that you learned about yourself this year. I feel like this year was a transitional period for a lot of us. 2020 broke a lot of us down. It built some of us up. And I feel like 2021 was that year that made us say, okay, something's not right. Or, okay, I have to make some changes. I have to make some shifts. Or some of us actually did step into those changes and those shifts. There's one of my littles up. If you guys are following me on Instagram, then you know I am expecting not one, but 2 more babies. I am pregnant with twins right now. And he should be wandering in here in a few seconds. So I'll be right back. So like I was saying, this year, a lot of changes came for me. I started off the year in a place where I did not really know with some of my businesses what I wanted to do. And so ultimately I had to make some decisions that were kind of tough for me. Some things I had to let go, and some things I was able to pour more into and build those things up. So I'm very grateful for that. As the year progressed, there were more opportunities that presented themselves to both me, my husband, my family, my children, and we ended up buying the home that I manifested back in February. So crazy. Me and my husband did a vision board around Valentine's Day. And that was like our activity. We did a vision board for our new home. And I was like, well, I don't really want neighbors like that. I want, a few acres. Wasn't really sure how many acres I wanted, but I wanted some acres. I wanted land. I wanted privacy. I wanted space. I wanted a safe zone. I wanted peace. Because our last home, you could literally look out the back window and the neighbors could look over our fence right into our window. And so every day I was still faithfully grateful for the home that we had and that we owned and that we lived in, because it was warm and it kept us safe and it kept us warm for through the pandemic. So I'm forever grateful for that home. But unbeknownst to me, my family was going to be growing, and I don't know, I just asked for bigger and I asked for more. And I was grateful every day, and then it came to me. And so I have an affirmation. I have a few affirmations to offer you guys today. And the first one is one that I love so much. It is, I do not chase, I attract. What is meant for me will simply find me. And that is a beautiful affirmation, because the energy of desire is telling the universe that you do not have what you want. And that is not how you get what you want. How you attract what you want is by simply putting your intentions out there and aligning yourself with the vibration of what it is that you are trying to attract. So coming to source with the energy of desperation for what it is that you want is not going to get you what you want. I stress so much practicing gratitude every single day, even for the things that you don't have, because that is the quickest way to fulfill your desires, is to be grateful whether you have it or not. In the spirit of reflection, I have had a pretty good year. Like a lot of years, there were some lessons I needed to be learned. There were some shifts that I needed to make with my character, with things, just because we're all learning and we're all growing. This was my second year in marriage. It feels like forever because I've been with my husband for so long. And he's literally my other half. He's my soulmate. I love him so much. And it just, every day feels like an eternity we've been together. And, even in marriage, there's things that you have to learn. There's compromises that you have to make. And, yeah, 5 years ago, well, I won't say 5. I will actually say like 8 or 9 years ago, 7, 8, 9 years ago, I was a completely different person than you see today. And of course, we all grow over the years, but I was young. I was finishing up school. I was a single mother. I was kind of out here on my own. I mean, I had family, but I was just lost. I was very lost. I was in a very low vibrational place. I was around a lot of low vibrational activities, low vibrational people. I was engulfed and indulged in like nightlife and drinking and participating in things that did not align with the person that I knew I was supposed to be. And I would always wonder where my more was. Why don't I get this? Or how come this doesn't happen for me? Or some people are just so lucky. And, one day, like, that was always my mindset. I always came to source from a place of desperation, a place of desire. And I feel like a lot of us are raised to believe that we have to ask for things out of desire. And that's not the case. You have to be the person to recognize that you are not putting yourself in the situations to be the person that you say you are. And the moment that you decide to make a change and move forward, exuding the personality, the traits, the characteristics of the person that you desire to be, that will be the moment that you see your life change for the better. For me, it was moving out of the place that I grew up because I was surrounded by so many things that did not align with who I wanted to be. And so once I made that move, my life, like, honestly drastically changed. I told you guys about the letter that I wrote for my husband. And in that letter, I really was just affirming what it was that my next partner, who would be my husband, would have. So it wasn't that I was like begging God for anything. It wasn't that I was, asking God, well, why can't I have this? It was that I was affirming that the next man that I love will be strong, will be, all of that, all those things. And I can do a whole video just kind of guiding you guys maybe through how to word certain things that I know people have asked. How do you write a letter like that? It's really very simple. It's just about what it is that you do desire, but you write it from a place of affirming. And that is so important. And I think that's the little tiny key that people forget, is that you're not begging. What is for you is already for you. It's already there. You just have to be the person. You have to know what you want, and you have to be the person to be able to sustain that, deserve that, attract that. When it came to my home, I knew that I wanted more land. I knew the responsibility that would come with having more land, having more home, having more rooms, having more places to clean. I understood the responsibility before I affirmed that that was going to be my reality. And God delivered. So moving into 2021, what is it that you are affirming for yourself? Is it a career change because you are not feeling appreciated or elevated in your current circumstance? So if that's the case, then you're affirming better opportunities for yourself. You're affirming opportunities where your talents can flourish and you can be of assistance and of help to people that need you, and that you're paid what you're worth. And it doesn't matter. Don't worry about what that looks like at this very moment, because people come to me and they say, well, how can I be grateful for something that has not happened already? How can I be grateful for something that I don't have? And that right there, my friend, is the key to everything. It's the key to unlocking all of your desires. It's that you have to train your mind to believe that you already have it. My car, I was extremely grateful for my blue Ford Focus. My grandfather bought me a Ford Focus 2010 off the lot, brand new. When I got it, it only had 5 miles on it, and that was because he drove from the dealership to the house. He flew me down and surprised me with this beautiful car with a bow on it. Now, I'll be honest, it was not the car that I asked for, but I do remember that when I was envisioning, I used to always say, I just want a car, I just want a car, I just want a car. And so I just got a car. But I did not let that make me ungrateful for what I had. So all the way from 2010 to 2020, I drove that car every day. I was grateful for that car. I took care of my car. I got into 0 accidents with my car. My car always had gas. My car always had good maintenance. My car was always clean until I had kids. But my car was in wonderful shape, and it still is. It still runs amazingly. It's an amazing car. It's still in great shape. But around 2019, when I was pregnant with my son, I started getting in my car and I would say, I'm so grateful for my truck. I'm so grateful for my white truck. This is my dream car, my luxury SUV. I'm so grateful it gets me from point A to point B. I'm sitting up so high. And this was all me sitting in my blue Ford Focus. I used to say this. I kid you not. My daughter can tell you. This was like my mantra. I got in the car and I would put my seatbelt on and I'd be like, oh, I'm so grateful for my mommy truck, my luxury SUV. I deserve this. I'm a wonderful driver. I'm so grateful. Hopping out of my truck, I feel so confident. And I'm so grateful that I could drive this and I can maintain this car, and that, I would just affirm so many great things. And then for my birthday in 2020, I drove off of the lot at Mercedes-Benz with my GLC 300. I'm grateful. Every time I get in my car today, I'm like, wow, I'm here. I still can't believe it, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for my car. I have no complaints. I am so grateful for my car. That's all I can say. Every time I get in my car and I put my seatbelt on, I'm just saying thank you, just silently. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this car. Thank you for just allowing me to be able to maintain this car. Thank you for, this car being intact in one piece. Thank you for this car getting me from point A to point B safely. I'm grateful for this car because it always transports my children safely. We are warm in this car. We are safe in this car. I really want to encourage you to think about your life, whether it was this year or prior to this year, and the things that you recognize that are not in line with the person that you say you are. Who are you? What do you bring to the table? What do you bring? And when I say table, I mean your table. I mean, what is it that you're bringing to your table? Okay, this is not, a relationship table. This is not his table, her table. This is your table. What do you bring to your own table? What is it that you would like to see for your life unfolding in the next year, the next 5 years? And does your outlook on your life align with who you are today? And if it does not, then what are the changes that you need to make to embody the persona of the person that you are becoming? Because you're becoming her, you're becoming him, you're becoming they. And that's going to be a journey. It's not going to happen overnight. Do not get frustrated with yourself, but just know and affirm that you are who you say you are and work towards getting to that place. Another affirmation that I have for you guys is, I am deserving of all good things. Because you are. You are deserving of every single thing that makes you happy. Everything. The health, the peace, the safety, that career, the fulfillment, the family, the spouse, the friendships, the vacations, the trips, the experiences, the cars, the houses, the bank accounts, the investment accounts, the assets. They're all yours if you want them. But you have to show up as the person who deserves all of those wonderful things and more. And you already are deserving, but you do have to train your mind to believe that and to understand that. The third and final affirmation that I want to offer to you today is, I am grateful for everything. And I love that affirmation because it is such a blanket statement over your entire life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, I said ugly already. But you have to be grateful for all of it. The place that I was in 8-9 years ago, it caused me to form the desires that shaped me into who I am today. Without contrast of the bad with the ugly, of what we don't want and what we do want, we lose the ability to create preferences. And that's what life is about. It's a series of choices and preferences and experiences that are going to make up our entire journey of life. And we are here to enjoy. We are here to embrace. We are here to explore. And I truly want the best for everyone. I want to see you at your best self. So what does that look like to you? What does your best self look like? And again, start thinking of what you don't have to do anything just yet. Maybe if you want to journal a little, grab your journal, write some things down. I can leave some journal prompts down in the comment section below. I'll have them pinned. But what does that look like to you? Your best self. Start thinking about that for 2022, because when we walk into this new year, this new calendar year, we are walking into our new selves, and it is another opportunity to start from the bottom all the way down to the top at working at becoming the person that we are. So I'm going to leave you with that for today. Thank you so much for joining me. This was very therapeutic for me. I hope it was for you too. If you guys like videos like this, more of like a podcast style of videos where it's not so glam, camera, lights, setup, backdrop. It's just me coming to you as I am and us having real conversations about real life. So I enjoy this. I hope that I can do this more with you guys. I hope that you will allow me in to do more of this with you. And until our next check-in, I love you as always. So long.